The film begins with a heartwarming scene of Gwen and her daughter Jules singing in harmony. The camera then transitions to Jules laughing and playing with her friends, all while Gwen is at home, anxiously pacing and rehearsing a pitch for a new product. As Jules and her friends stroll down a sidewalk, one of them suggests that Jules should invite her mom to an upcoming luncheon at Eastern Prep School. Their light-hearted guessing game is suddenly interrupted by the appearance of a futuristic drone speeding towards a burning building. Jules, spotting the drone, mutters with a sigh, "Not again." In an office, Dave, who is both Gwen's boss and boyfriend, observes her through multiple surveillance cameras placed around the city as she walks along various sidewalks. Noticing she isn't carrying an umbrella, he asks her about it, hinting that he is watching her. Gwen replies that it isn't raining, and Dave then asks her to come to work. Gwen suggests they need to take some time for themselves, but Dave insists he has something important to discuss. Their conversation is abruptly cut short when Gwen encounters Jules. She greets Jules's friends warmly before Jules runs to her, and the two head to a nearby lake for a private chat. While talking, they talked about a concerning topic. Women in their society are rapidly losing the ability to have children. Few women can conceive, and those who can have a very limited time frame. Jules reveals to her mother that she might not have any eggs left by the time she turns 20. Gwen admits she had planned to discuss this with her when she was older. Jules reassures her mom that she could consider adopting children from other countries if she decides she wants a big family. Their conversation is interrupted when Jules receives an automated message from Arcadia Prep School. Nervous to listen, she hands the earpiece to Gwen, who hears that Jules's admission application has been denied. Gwen and Jules are relaxing at home, sitting on the couch as the news reports that a rebel group has claimed responsibility for 4 attacks on the city. Meanwhile, in Dave's office, he and his boss Issa are reviewing pitches from candidates applying to be the face of their company, the Center for Advanced Health and Living. This company offers a procedure that transfers a person's consciousness into a completely disease-free body, significantly extending their lifespan. Gwen has an interview to be the face of the company in commercial ads, which would come with a substantial pay raise. After watching her video, Dave receives a call from Gwen. During their conversation, he regretfully informs her that the company prefers a younger representative. He apologizes, mentioning that he tried to advocate for her. Gwen tells him that Jules didn't get into Arcadia, but she was accepted into Eastern Prep School, where the tuition costs have significantly increased. He reassures her that she will find a way to manage before abruptly ending the call. The next day, as Gwen is heading out of the house, Jules stops her to ask if she's going to the Eastern Prep School luncheon and if she got the raise. Gwen assures Jules that she will attend the luncheon but remains vague about the raise. Gwen then walks down the sidewalk and takes a call from a job recruiter, who is trying to help her find a new higher-paying job. While talking, she spots Jules and quickly hides. The recruiter suggests she donate her eggs while they search for a permanent position, but Gwen firmly declines and asks him to keep looking for other jobs. A nearby homeless woman overhears the conversation and advises Gwen to take any job she can get. Gwen heads to the Center for Advanced Health and Living and discovers that her credentials have been erased. She inquires if Dave is available, catching Issa's attention on the surveillance cameras. Issa closely inspects Gwen and then informs Dave that she has found a solution to their problem. She then called Gwen in. They discuss Gwen's job search, with Issa questioning if Gwen can succeed in the current market given her age. Gwen insists her knowledge and experience go beyond being just a face, mentioning teaching as an option. Issa notes the education field is now highly technological and that it would be hard for Gwen to earn as much as she did at the center. Their conversation shifts to rapid human progress and its incomprehensibility due to limited human capacity. Issa acknowledges that human existence still has value. She asks about Gwen's talented daughter, recognizing the fierce love of a mother that keeps Gwen motivated. Outside, Gwen calls the recruiter to check if there are any job prospects. He informs her that there's an issue with her resume that needs investigation. During the call, Gwen realizes the recruiter is an AI. Observing the bustling electronic city around her, she recognizes how artificial the world has become and gets frustrated. She checks her bank account and finds only 743 units, prompting her to cancel the payment for the recruiter. Seeking rest, she heads to a room to relax. Later, she buys a homeless woman a soda before picking up Jules from her piano lessons. They head to a restaurant, only to find it closed, with the owner inside, worriedly counting money. As they walk away, Jules vents about feeling overwhelmed with expectations to be better in every aspect of life, questioning the purpose of it all. Gwen responds with reasons like music and the love from her mother. Jules accuses adults of pretending to have plans, driven by greed or desperation, and asks again why Gwen had her. Gwen shares that she was once confused about her purpose in life, but having Jules made her life more meaningful. She tells Jules that she makes her very happy. The next morning, Jules informs Gwen that they only have a week's worth of water left. Gwen reassures her that she should be getting paid the next day before serving breakfast. Later, Gwen attends the Eastern Prep luncheon, where she is warmly welcomed by a group of sophisticated mothers who mistakenly believe she is the face of the prestigious Center for Advanced Health and Living. The group offers Jules a spot in their elite camp for children, explaining that they each contribute 30,000 units, and Gwen will need to contribute 10,000 units for Jules to attend. During the conversation, Gwen reveals that Jules' father is no longer in their lives. Gwen sits on a park bench, talking to her mother on the phone. Her mother apologizes for turning her back on her. Gwen thanks her but emphasizes that she needs to get things together and needs $40,000 to get through the next month. They briefly discuss Jules and her mother asks for pictures, mentioning that Gwen's father still thinks about her and speaks about her in his sermon. Gwen, uncomfortable, tries to change the subject. Gwen's mother then told her that Gwen's father refused to help. Her mother offers to pray for her forgiveness. Gwen listens as her mother begins a prayer, then decides to end the call, expressing her love before hanging up. Later, Gwen has a video call with Dave, asking to undergo the company's procedure to be placed into a younger body so she can be the company's spokesperson. Dave agrees to let her undergo the procedure, unaware that Issa is secretly listening to their conversation out of Gwen's view. Gwen and Dave meet in person. He confides that he couldn't reveal this on the recorded video call, but every test patient who has undergone the procedure has developed severe breathing issues, requiring a shot every 2 hours for a year to survive. Dave does not want her to go through with it. He informs Gwen that Issa anticipated her request for the procedure and begs her to reconsider, warning that it is far more dangerous than she realizes. Despite his pleas, Gwen decides to proceed with the procedure, driven by her desire to support her daughter. Later, Gwen is playing the piano when Jules approaches and asks if everything is okay. Gwen then asks her daughter if she would be alright if she went away for a while, warning that she will soon need to change her appearance for work to appeal to younger audiences. The next day, Gwen sends Jules off to an elite camp with other girls. She then visits a restaurant owned by her cousin Lily. Han, Lily's husband, arrives and tries to convince Gwen to leave before Lily finds out, saying it's not a good time. Gwen insists on staying and reunites with Lily. Han tries to push Gwen away, but Lily decides to talk to her. Gwen hasn't spoken to Lily in years because she slept with Han and had Jules. Lily is aware of the affair, which caused a rift in the family, but she didn't know Gwen had a child with Han. When Gwen mentions Jules, Lily is shocked to learn the truth, and Han angrily leaves. Gwen asks Lily for help supporting Jules, but Lily refuses, saying she needs time to process everything and has her children to care for. Gwen then heads to the Center for Advanced Health and Living, where she finalizes the documents to proceed with the procedure. As she steps out, Dave accompanies her, and they share a heartfelt embrace. At home, Gwen sits down with Jules and fully explains the procedure. Jules scrolls through various possible bodies her mom could soon inhabit, trying to come to terms with the idea. Acknowledging the significant change, Gwen agrees. Later, Jules gifts Gwen a painting of her, and Gwen compliments her daughter's talent. Gwen and Jules then go to the Center for Advanced Health and Living, where Gwen undergoes the procedure. Abstract visuals depict the process, with colors and lines blurring as Gwen's consciousness is transferred. Later, Jules leads a much younger and confused Gwen up the stairs to their home. The new Gwen sits beside Jules as she sleeps, eventually joining her. The next morning, Gwen practices her speech for the ad. The scene shifts to her delivering that speech at a press conference where the company unveils the new technology. As Gwen speaks, another scene shows her having lunch with the elite mothers she met before. Later at home, Gwen receives a holographic message from Lily and Han, apologizing for their reaction during her visit and offering their help to Gwen and Jules, though it feels a bit too late. That night, Jules finds Gwen on the kitchen floor, having forgotten to take her breathing shot. Jules quickly helps administer it. The next day, while waiting to meet Jules outside of school, Gwen nearly gets hit by traffic. She feels disoriented and something is wrong. The day after that, Gwen is working while Jules studies and listens to classical music. Gwen asks her to turn it off, and Jules, confused, reminds her that she loved that song. Gwen curtly replies that she doesn't want to hear it right now. Frustrated, Gwen asks Jules to cheer up. Jules, feeling distressed, demands to know where her real mother is. When Gwen tries to walk away, Jules erupts, shouting that Gwen is not her mother and asking where her real mother has gone. Jules tries to hit Gwen, but Gwen tackles her and holds her down until she calms down. The following day, Gwen is on a video call with Dave, sharing how she constantly feels angry and disconnected from her daughter. She confides in Dave that she plans to leave for a while and take a break from being around Jules. Later, Dave meets Gwen at a pier and attempts to reason with her. He emphasizes that Jules needs her, especially as she transitions into prep school, and urges Gwen to be the mother Jules deserves. In a flashback to a previous meeting at the same pier before the procedure, Dave had tried to dissuade Gwen from going through with it. It's revealed that Dave had informed Gwen that the procedure doesn't transfer consciousness as advertised but instead creates an almost replica of the host's brain, erasing the original in the process. In essence, Gwen had allowed her original self to die to create a copy of her brain. Dave further explains that the clone, with Gwen's memories, would wake up in a new body and believe she is the real Gwen who underwent the procedure. Gwen makes Dave promise never to reveal this truth to Jules. In the present day, Dave desperately tries to get the new Gwen to care about her daughter before she collapses and needs one of her shots. Meanwhile, Issa and Jules observe new women undergoing the procedure. At home, Gwen is sifting through old photos of the original Gwen and her family. Jules, in a fit of anger, gathers all of Gwen's breathing shots and hides them in another room. Gwen tries to explain to Jules that the original Gwen is dead and that she, the new Gwen, was created by the procedure. Jules refuses to believe this and accuses the new Gwen of murdering the original. Gwen starts experiencing a severe breathing attack, prompting Jules to rush for her hidden medicine. She administers a shot and cares for an unconscious Gwen. The following morning, Gwen and Jules share a tender moment over breakfast as they discuss the original Gwen. Gwen reminisces over old family photos before heading out to visit Lily and Han. Upon meeting the new Gwen, Lily breaks down in tears. The movie concludes as Gwen, Jules, and Jules's friend join Han, Lily, and their 2 boys for a picnic. They sat quietly enjoying each other's presence. With that, the movie ends. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel. Thanks for watching. See you next time.